Have you ever wondered why some people walk into a room and instantly command respect, while others go unnoticed? It's not luck, charisma, or some secret formula. It's their habits. Imagine if you could adopt 6 simple, rare habits rooted in ancient Stoic wisdom to elevate your social status and live a more fulfilling life. Let's dive into the art of rising above, without faking it, through practices that connect deeply with others. Think back to a time when you felt invisible. Maybe at a party, a meeting, or even within your circle of friends. That sting of not being seen or valued isn't just a fleeting moment. It sticks with you. Now imagine flipping that script, walking into a room and feeling the energy shift because people are drawn to your presence. The difference lies in habits that can be cultivated by anyone. Habits that reflect character, virtue, and true connection. Habit 1. Master the art of storytelling. Stories have shaped human interaction for millennia. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What we do now echoes in eternity." But storytelling is an art many of us struggle with. Instead of captivating our audience, we ramble, skip over key details, or get bogged down in facts. The essence of a good story isn't about providing a play-by-play of what happened. It's about making your audience feel something. Humans are wired for stories because they connect us on a deeply emotional level. A story well told makes you memorable, inspires empathy, and fosters genuine connection. So, how can you master this ancient skill? First, focus on the emotional core of your story. How did the events make you feel? Invite others into that experience. Let's say you want to share a mundane moment, like going grocery shopping. Add a touch of drama. Imagine a squirrel snatching a baguette right out of your hands. This vivid detail transforms an ordinary event into a memorable narrative. Details like these make your audience laugh, gasp, or even reflect on their own experiences. Second, engage the senses. Describe the sights, sounds, or even smells that stood out. For example, instead of saying, "I had a bad day," you might say, "The coffee machine erupted like a volcano, drenching my favorite shirt moments before my big presentation." Now your audience can picture the scene and feel your frustration. When you speak vividly, your words linger in their minds. Third, practice structuring your story. Great stories have a beginning, middle, and end. Start with a hook to grab attention, then build toward a moment of suspense or revelation, and finish with a resolution that ties everything together. Think of your story as a journey you're taking your listeners on. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, understood the profound impact of words. They taught that speech, when used wisely, could inspire change and bridge divides. Storytelling isn't just about entertainment, it's about connection. It's about saying, "Here's a part of my world. Does it resonate with yours?" Mastering storytelling helps you share your perspective, build empathy, and establish a lasting presence in people's minds. So why is this skill so important for raising your social status? A powerful story reveals your ability to reflect on life, find meaning in the ordinary, and connect deeply with others. It makes you stand out in a world that often feels disconnected. The next time you're in a group, share a story that's personal, engaging, and heartfelt. Notice how the room's attention shifts. People will remember you not for what you said, but for how you made them feel. This is the true power of storytelling, a bridge that elevates not just your status, but your relationships as well. Habit 2. Laugh intentionally. Laughter is one of the most universal and powerful ways to connect with others. But as Epictetus wisely warned, excessive laughter and levity reveal a lack of discipline. While laughter can bridge gaps and make people feel comfortable, overusing it or misusing it can have the opposite effect. The key to mastering this habit is intentionality, learning when and how to laugh authentically. Laughter is social glue, a signal of presence, emotional intelligence, and openness. Think about a time when someone's laugh made you feel at ease. Authentic laughter creates bonds, builds trust, and fosters camaraderie. On the flip side, forced laughter or laughing out of obligation can erode respect and even create awkwardness. Imagine someone laughing too hard at every comment, no matter how mundane. It can come across as insincere or even desperate, diminishing their credibility. So, how can you practice intentional laughter? Start by reacting genuinely to situations. If something is funny, don't hold back. Let your laughter flow naturally. But if a joke is inappropriate or mean-spirited, silence can be more powerful than laughter. Remaining quiet in these moments signals self-respect and moral discipline, qualities the Stoics deeply valued. Self-deprecating humor is another way to use laughter intentionally. It shows that you don't take yourself too seriously, disarms tension, and makes others feel comfortable around you. For example, sharing a light-hearted story about a clumsy mistake you made can turn an embarrassing moment into an opportunity to connect. As Marcus Aurelius might remind us, laughing at our own humanity is a sign of strength, not weakness. At its core, intentional laughter reveals how you perceive the world. For the Stoic, it's a tool for maintaining meaningful relationships while preserving dignity. Imagine being in a social setting where your laugh isn't just a reaction, but an expression of genuine connection. Others will appreciate your authenticity, and your presence will leave a lasting impression. To incorporate this habit, practice mindfulness in your interactions. Ask yourself, am I laughing because I find this genuinely funny, or am I trying to fill a silence or please someone? Notice how others respond to your laughter as well. Does it bring people closer, or does it feel forced? Over time, you'll find that laughter, used intentionally, becomes a powerful tool for building deeper and more meaningful connections. By mastering this habit, you're not just learning to laugh more authentically, you're demonstrating emotional intelligence and self-control, two virtues that elevate your social status and make your interactions profoundly impactful. In the words of Seneca, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Let your laughter reflect that contentment and wisdom. Habit 3. Give genuine compliments. Seneca once said, "We should give as we would receive, cheerfully, quickly, and without hesitation." Compliments, when offered genuinely, are not just words, they're bridges that connect hearts and minds. A single thoughtful compliment has the power to brighten someone's day, boost their confidence, and even solidify a bond of trust. However, the line between sincerity and flattery is thin, and knowing how to walk it is what separates meaningful praise from empty words. The key to giving a genuine compliment is specificity. Instead of generic phrases like "good job," try focusing on something unique and specific to the person. For example, instead of saying "nice presentation," you could say, "The way you presented that data was so clear and engaging. It made complex information easy to understand." This shows that you not only noticed their effort, but also appreciated the skill and thought they put into it. Such specificity leaves a lasting impact because it shows that you truly see and value the individual. Another powerful approach is to compliment someone's character or virtues. Traits like patience, determination, or kindness resonate more deeply than surface-level attributes. For example, you might say, "I really admire how patient you were during that discussion. It helped everyone feel heard and respected." These kinds of compliments highlight qualities that are central to a person's identity, making them feel recognized on a profound level. It's equally important to avoid using compliments as a tool for personal gain. People can often sense ulterior motives, and insincere praise can backfire, leaving you appearing manipulative or disingenuous. A genuine compliment, on the other hand, is given freely, without expecting anything in return. It's a simple act of kindness that strengthens relationships and fosters trust. Stoic philosophy teaches us to value virtue above all else, and this principle extends to how we interact with others. By recognizing and acknowledging the virtues in those around us, we elevate not only their status, but our own. When you compliment someone authentically, you demonstrate thoughtfulness and discernment, traits that make you more respected and admired. If you're unsure how to start giving genuine compliments, begin by paying closer attention to the people in your life. Notice their actions, their efforts, and the unique qualities that make them who they are. Practice articulating your observations in a way that feels natural to you. For instance, if a colleague stays late to help with a project, let them know you noticed by saying, "Your dedication to finishing this project really inspires me." It shows how much you care about the team's success. Lastly, remember that a compliment doesn't need to be grand or elaborate to be meaningful. Sometimes, the simplest words can have the most profound effect. Saying, "You have a calming presence that makes everyone feel at ease," might seem small, but it can leave a lasting impression on someone who values peace and harmony. In conclusion, giving genuine compliments is a practice of mindfulness and kindness. It requires you to slow down, observe, and appreciate the world around you. By doing so, you not only uplift others, but also cultivate a sense of connection and respect that enriches your own life. As the Stoics remind us, every interaction is an opportunity to practice virtue. Compliments, when given sincerely, are a simple yet powerful way to do just that. Habit 4. Own your mistakes. A person who blames others has far to go, Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, and this timeless truth underscores one of the most vital habits for personal growth and earning respect: owning your mistakes. Mistakes are an inevitable part of life. No one escapes them. However, the way you handle them can profoundly shape how others perceive you. Owning your errors is not just about admitting fault, but about showing maturity, self-awareness, and a commitment to improvement. The first step in owning your mistakes is to resist the urge to blame others or deflect responsibility. This is easier said than done, because our natural instinct is often to protect ourselves. Yet, the Stoics teach us that true strength lies in acknowledging our shortcomings without excuses. When you take accountability, you demonstrate courage and honesty, qualities that are deeply respected in both personal and professional relationships. Once you've admitted to a mistake, it's essential to act swiftly. Avoid long-winded justifications or excessive apologies, as these can dilute your sincerity. Instead, focus on what can be done to rectify the situation. For example, if you missed a deadline at work, acknowledge the lapse and present a concrete plan to deliver the results promptly. By shifting the focus to solutions, you show that you are proactive and reliable, even in the face of setbacks. Mistakes also offer invaluable opportunities for growth. They reveal areas where we can improve and challenge us to strengthen our character. From a Stoic perspective, mistakes are not failures. They are lessons. Epictetus taught that every hardship, including errors, is a chance to practice virtues like humility and resilience. Embracing this mindset allows you to view your mistakes not as defining moments of weakness, but as stepping stones to becoming a better version of yourself. Another crucial aspect of owning your mistakes is understanding how your response impacts others. When you admit fault, you pave the way for trust and deeper connections. People admire those who can say, "I was wrong, and here's what I'm doing to make it right." This approach fosters an atmosphere of openness and accountability, encouraging others to follow suit. However, it's important not to over-apologize. Repeatedly dwelling on a mistake can make others uncomfortable and diminish the respect you've worked to rebuild. Address the issue with clarity and conviction, then move forward with confidence. This balance ensures that your ownership of the mistake strengthens your reputation rather than undermines it. In practicing this habit, you also lead by example. Imagine a world where everyone took responsibility for their actions without fear or deflection. By owning your mistakes, you inspire those around you to do the same, creating a culture of honesty and continuous improvement. This is a gift not just to yourself, but to your community. Ultimately, taking ownership of your mistakes is a profound act of self-respect and integrity. It signals to the world that you are not defined by your missteps, but by how you rise above them. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Owning your mistakes is a powerful way to demonstrate that strength and earn the admiration and trust of others. Habit 5. Remember and use people's names. What is more important than a name? Socrates' question highlights a fundamental truth about human connection. Names carry immense personal significance. They are not just labels, but symbols of identity. When someone remembers and uses your name, it makes you feel seen, valued, and respected. This seemingly simple act can have a profound impact on how others perceive you. For those new to Stoicism, remembering names is an easy yet powerful way to practice mindfulness and attentiveness, two key Stoic principles that elevate your social interactions. Why is this habit so impactful? In a world where people often feel overlooked or undervalued, recalling someone's name is like offering them a small gift. It signals that they matter to you and that you're fully present in the interaction. Whether it's at work, a social event, or even a casual encounter, using someone's name can transform the tone of the conversation, making it more personal and engaging. For instance, think about the last time someone used your name during a conversation. Didn't it make you feel acknowledged and connected? However, many of us struggle with remembering names, often brushing it off as just being bad with names. The truth is, it's rarely about memory, it's about focus and effort. The Stoics emphasized paying full attention to the present moment, and this applies perfectly here. When you meet someone, make a conscious effort to listen and repeat their name. For example, if someone introduces themselves as Sarah, you could respond with, "It's great to meet you, Sarah." This repetition helps cement the name in your memory. Another helpful technique is association. Link the person's name to a mental image or a characteristic. For example, if you meet a man named Jim who loves to run, imagine Jim jogging to create a visual connection. If the name itself is unique, ask about its origin or meaning. This not only helps you remember, but also shows genuine interest in the person. Writing names down after meeting someone can also reinforce your recall. For instance, if you're at a networking event, jot down notes about the people you meet, including their names and a detail about them. Using someone's name during the conversation is equally important. Phrases like, "What do you think about this, Sarah?" or "That's a great point, Jim," keep the dialogue personal and engaging. However, moderation is key. Overusing a name can feel forced or awkward. Aim for a natural balance that enhances the interaction without drawing too much attention. Remembering names isn't just a social trick, it's a demonstration of your attentiveness and respect for others. As a Stoic practice, it aligns with the virtues of mindfulness and kindness. By making the effort to remember and use people's names, you not only elevate their sense of worth, but also strengthen your own reputation as someone who values connection and community. In conclusion, This habit is a small but mighty tool for improving your relationships and raising your social status. It shows that you're present, thoughtful, and genuinely care about others. Start practicing today. The next time you meet someone, take a moment to focus on their name, use it, and find a way to remember it. You'll be amazed at how such a simple effort can create lasting impressions and deepen your connections. Habit 6. Share opinions with grace. Being opinionated doesn't mean being abrasive, and sharing opinions gracefully is a skill that can elevate your social status while fostering meaningful connections. Aristotle, a Stoic contemporary, once remarked, "It is the mark of an educated mind to entertain a thought without accepting it." This idea lies at the heart of expressing opinions with grace. A strong opinion can make you memorable, but the way you communicate it determines whether people respect you or avoid you. Graceful sharing of opinions is about balance, being confident in your views while remaining open to others' perspectives. Why is this habit so important? In social and professional settings, being able to express your thoughts in a respectful, thoughtful way shows emotional intelligence and self-awareness. It demonstrates that you're not afraid to stand by your beliefs, but you're also willing to learn and grow. Imagine being in a discussion where someone confidently says, "I see your point, but here's another perspective to consider." That simple statement not only conveys their opinion, but also invites dialogue and mutual understanding. To develop this habit, start by ensuring your stance is informed. Before expressing an opinion, ask yourself, do I have enough knowledge to back up my view? Stoics emphasize the importance of wisdom and reasoned judgment. By being well informed, you build credibility and avoid coming across as argumentative or unprepared. Equally important is the willingness to listen. Graceful opinion sharing requires you to truly hear what others are saying. When you listen actively, you show respect for different viewpoints, even if you disagree. Use phrases like, "That's an interesting perspective. Can you elaborate?" Or, "I hadn't considered it that way before." These responses not only keep the conversation respectful, but also deepen your understanding of the topic. Another key aspect is how you phrase your disagreements. Avoid dismissive language or harsh critiques. Instead, frame your thoughts in a way that invites discussion. For example, you could say, "I appreciate your perspective, but I see it differently because..." This approach encourages a collaborative exchange rather than a confrontation. Stoics valued reasoned debate as a way to uncover truth and grow in wisdom, not as a means to dominate or win arguments. Being open to adapting your views is equally critical. When someone presents a strong counterpoint, acknowledge it. Saying, "You've given me something to think about," shows humility and a commitment to learning. This openness makes you more approachable and respected. Finally, remember that not every discussion requires you to share your opinion. Pick your battles wisely. Ask yourself if expressing your thoughts will add value to the conversation or simply create conflict. Sometimes, holding back and listening is the most graceful thing you can do. Sharing opinions with grace aligns perfectly with Stoic principles of temperance and wisdom. It fosters mutual understanding and paves the way for deeper, more meaningful conversations. Practice this habit daily, and you'll notice how your interactions become richer and more rewarding. Others will respect you, not just for your thoughts, but for the thoughtful way you express them. In a world where debates often devolve into arguments, your ability to share opinions gracefully will set you apart as a true Stoic in practice. These 6 habits aren't quick fixes or superficial tricks. They're practices that align with timeless Stoic principles of virtue, connection, and self-mastery. So, what's the first habit you'll try? Comment below and share your journey. And if this video resonated with you, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join this community of growth seekers. Remember, social status isn't about being the loudest or the flashiest. It's about how you make others feel and the example you set. Let's elevate together.